All right, Truman, let's get it. So, using the logic from the previous page, fill in the blank. So, if I know the distance of 1/8 from 0, if I go back 1/8, this is going to be 7/8 because 8 over 8 equals 1. So, if I go back, I have to subtract. Same thing over here. So I know 1 in this situation is the same as 9 over 9. So this is going to be 8/9. Which fraction has a greater value, 7/8 or 8/9? Use problem 9 to explain how you know. So which fraction has a larger value? So 8/9 does. Explain how you know. Because it is 1/9 away smaller from 1 compared to 1/8 away, which is larger. So when we're looking at these fractions 1 apart, basically we're comparing what sides is missing. So name 3 more fractions that are between 7/8 and 1. Well, we know 8/9 because we just did that. So that's 1 apart. So 9/10, 11/12. So every time they're 1 apart and the number is larger, the pieces are smaller. Consider that. It blew my mind too. All right, number 12, complete each statement with greater than, less than, or equal to. You are always encouraged to try the problem before you watch me. So 1 slice of cheesecake with 3 people or 1 slice of cheesecake with 2? Thank you. 1 slice with 10 compared to 12. This is missing a 10th, but that's missing a 12th. That's larger. This is 1/2. Half of 9 is 4.5. So that's more than half. 1 slice with 5 people or 1 slice with 7 people? 5 people, please. 2 slices with 5 or 2 slices with 7? Boom. These pieces are larger. These are 1 apart. So this is 1/5 from 1, and that's 1/7 from 1. The missing piece is smaller on that side. 12/13 from, or 17/18. Well, this is 1/18 from 1. That's a smaller piece. Yes. All right, so arrange 3/4, 3/9, and 4/9 from least to greatest. Well, when your numerators are the same, you compare the size of your denominators. And when your denominators are the same, you compare how many of each you get. So arrange it. So 3/4 is pretty close to 1. Half of 9 is 4.5, so that's half of 9. That's less. So if this is 3/9 and that's 4/9, then 3/9 is going to be less, and then 4/9 is going to be there. Explain your reasoning. So 3/4 is closest to 1 by 1/4. 3/9 and 4/9, common denominator. And both less than a half. Right? So comparing where something is compared to 1 and comparing it to a half helps a lot with arranging. So half of 8 is 4. So this is more than a half. And these are each less than a half. So one slice with 8 people is going to be smaller than one slice with 7 people. And then 5/8 is greater than 1. So 1/8 smallest pieces than 1/7. 5/8 is greater than a half. All right. Arrange. So that's pretty close to 1. That's pretty close to 1. But this is 1/6 away, and that's 1/4. So 5/6 is going to be greater than 3/4. And then half of 12 is 6, so that's less than half. But those two are more than half. So one, 2, so 5/6 is 1/6 away from 1 compared to 1/4 and 3/4. So this is closer to 1. Both are greater than a half compared to 5. So when you explain this, you're explaining each fraction. Please don't say, oh, this is larger, and leave it at that. You have to explain each fraction. That's how people don't receive full credit on the test. And yes, you have questions just like this on the test. So if this is 0 plus 1 makes 1. So what do you have to add to 1/8 to get 1? Well, 7/8. That's that ham sandwich. Circle the sums that equal 1. Let's go. No, they almost got me. 10/8. No, almost got me. No, that would equal 2. No, that would have multiplied to 1, but no. Let's go. How I know is number 1, the common denominators make it a little easier, but you can have fractions with different numbers. But you need 2 halves, that gets you 2. 4 plus 1 is 5. You with it. All right, let's get it. So from there, you have stuff, tough, and additional practice is your quiz. Quizzes have time limits now. Don't want you to have a quiz open for 4 days. Let's get this. Please make sure you submit your work and you close Canvas so that it shows how often you log in and participate. So if you logged in for a whole week but you did not participate, meaning you did participate, it may or may not show. So make sure you log off when you're done with it, log back in, and it shows frequency. All right, let's get it, Truman.